Oh, hey, it's you. Hi, I am me. And today we got something new from Waves to show you. So me show you Kaleidoscope. Oh. Kaleidoscopes is actually a plugin that has a pretty cool blending mixing style to it. So pretty much there's 4 effects. We have the chorus, we have the phaser, we have the chorus. So I already said that. All right, we have the phaser, we got the flanger, we got the chorus, and then we have the tremolo. So you got a side A, and then you got a side B. That hurt. You can pick one of the effects. Pretty much, let's say we want the phaser and a the chorus effect on A and B, right? We could pretty much blend them, do cool styles, and pretty much do what a kaleidoscope does. So if you have no idea about what a kaleidoscope is in real life, pretty much take a look at your room, right? See it, it's cool, yeah. But then get a tube, get like 3 mirrors, and pretty much look at it with different mirrors distorting the place around. Pretty much a mix and blend of the things that you are looking at, and it could create a cute, beautiful visual. Pretty much cool visuals, but in this case in the music, cool audio. Before we get into this, first thing first, shout out to the homie Neil. Thank you for being the plug and hitting your boy up. And let's not forget people like you guys and girls out there watching this. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and stick along with your boy, because hopefully I can get the ball rolling and make a Waves Wednesday. Damn, I can't even do that. Waves Wednesday. How is this gonna work out? Pretty much, I'm gonna try do a plugin a week for Waves and show you guys and girls, and perhaps maybe we could create some stuff with it, like we're gonna do with this one. But on with the advertisements, let's go ahead and jump right into the kaleidoscopes in the PC. Let's take a look at it in depth, and yeah. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. My mother is snoring. My brothers ain't home, and I'm finna record a video. I hope she don't wake me up, or else she will kill me. Kill me. And speaking of which, here we are. We are in the kaleidoscope. You can see nothing is moving now, as opposed to the first clip. You're like, what the hell? It's because the effect is. It's because the effect is not on. So here is the dry sound we got from Nexus, and then with the effect on default. Oh, you can hear effects already. Let's go ahead and just turn off this side, which is effect number 2, and focus on effect number 1 so we can see what the heck is going on. That rhymes. There's the dry signal because we took the mix and turned it all the way down. But in this case, we want it all the way up so we can hear the effect in motion. So, starting at the top, we have something called the modulator. This is going to be the movement of the sound. So here we have, let's just go start from the input. The input is going to be the sound that you are inputting. It'll probably much react to it. On the peaks, you see it hits a peak. It's like, oh, put the effect on. What if I just hold it down? It's like, oh, hold it down, hold it down. Okay, let's stop. I don't like that too much. I'd rather use not the sidechain, which I cannot talk about right now because pretty much it's not showing me the sidechain. It's just, you know, it's an early build, I guess. So we're not getting a sidechain, so we can't talk about it. Maybe in a future video, so, you know, hit subscribe, stick along. But there's also the sine wave. There's also the triangle wave. Is that called triangle? Yes. It's also the absolute sine, which I like to call the bouncy ball. But here the ball. Look at the ball go. Cool, right? And then we got noise, which is, well, not noise. Is it called noise? It's called random. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much random. You know, whatever it may be. I, myself, like a regular sine for starters. We have the speed knob, which adjusts the speed of the bouncy modulation. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's look over here at the character. The character is the story development in the anime. Do you want to hear how they sound? They all sound different, so. A lot more bass in that. A lot more of that 1K hertz or 4K. A lot more of that 8K hertz. A lot more of that 24K hertz. I'm making numbers up here. And then neutral evil. I like me a number 3, but a lot of you guys and girls may prefer number 2. Next up, we have the resonance. So y'all should know resonance. The higher you go, the more it sounds. So brace your ears. That's what I'm talking about. That ring modulation style. Pretty much the effect intensity. Do you want it like this? I want it like this. Because we want difference. And next up, we have the width. This is going to be the sides, the left and right. This is something that's only available if you use Kaleidoscope's stereo mode. So as you see right here, stereo. Here it is in stereo. Which would probably sound better in the lower note. You can hear the stereo there, right? Oh, my music is saying wub wub wub. And lastly, you see the mix here. We already know what the mix is, right? It is the amount of the effect being applied. So if we have it here, we have exactly no effect. And then the higher we go, the more of the effect is mixed in with the signal. So you could blend it to your liking. So there we go. We got a nice little mix right there. By the way, this synchronized switch right here has to deal with the notation of the speed rather than the hertz of the speed, which, by the way, there is no such thing as a 0.94 hertz. And FL Studio's little hint icon, which is not being shown. I should show y'all that. Here you go. So you can see right there, the hint bar is not really helping. I'm sorry. But yeah, synchronized is like delay machines. You want half a step, you want a fourth of a step, do you want 1/4 triplets? And this through button, just say, yo, I'm through with it. I'm just through with it. That's pretty much just like, yo, forget the width, forget the mix, I'm just through with it. I honestly don't know what it does. Down here we have a knob called depth, which we didn't really talk about, did we? Well, you can see as more, as I bring it up higher, which, oh God, why are you doing this? But you can see, lower the depth, lower the intense hitting, the higher. Here we have a low pass and high pass or this is a high pass frequency, low pass frequency to the effect. So look at this. What if we do this? That's kind of sad. There we go. So we could pretty much limit the frequencies. Maybe you want it less of the bass because you want the bass to be not wobbly, mixing. All up to you and the sculptor's ideals and how you want to create the sound, because so much creativity under it. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this one. Over here we have the frequency range for what we want to affect. So let's say we want to only affect the about 7.5 thousand frequencies and above. So you can hear only the 7.5 and above. Let's go down to like 2000. So as we bring this down, we hear more of the effect from the higher. Bring down to the low. So the difference between this over here and this one is this is the effects, little range, and this is just straight up cut up. Let's cut the whole sound how we want it to feel. And here is the intensity of that frequency range that we have here. You want it pinpoint, you want it wide. So you could get like a bell curve for that range. So it's like, wow. That's pretty much it for the box when it comes to the phaser. It's pretty much the same overall in some sense with the other effects like the flanger and the chorus. So the flanger and the chorus have the same exact parameters, just different colors. Whereas, you can see the phaser had the resonance, and then this doesn't have the range because the flanger's like, yo, we're doing everything. But in terms of flanger, we have the feedback, which is the intensity of that, how much is going in. Let's get it slowly. Let's do it for the flanger. We got the bouncies. I like that. I like that. Sounds like a wow, 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 wow. Like a little wheel, wheel. Chorus. Should I bring another sound to the mix? Let's pick another sound just to make it all cool. Let's go to a bell, maybe. All right, we got a guitar. By the way, this is the guitar. Can't forget to turn off the reverb and delay for the sake of hearing the effect in here. So this is after I record the initial video that you're watching. I got too carried away and forgot to show y'all the tremolo. Here it is real quick. That's a thing I showed y'all in the, before the intro. Pretty much is best when you're using the sine waves, so it gives that tremolo style effect, the wiggle, that's what I call it. So yeah, back to editing, the things I do for love. Okay, so that's pretty much one side. The other side is pretty much the same thing, just whatever effect you want over here. You know what I'm saying? You could turn this off so you could hear the other effect and have full control of, okay, this is what this is sounding like. So let's say we want a flanger, because I like that flanger from before. Let's turn this on, turn this off. And then on this side, we want the phaser. Hold on. There we go, we got the phaser. So here's where both of them on will sound like. Cool, right? So you can hear the phaser and the flanger having its own taste, like blended in there. If you want, you could go ahead and change the settings. You swipe it over, so now it's the phaser first and then the flanger. So this has its own style too. Hopefully you can tell the difference between the two. Let's do it just like that. So you heard how it sounds when we do effect 1 into effect 2. So in this case, the phaser into the flanger, or if we flopped it around, the flanger into the phaser. Well, we could do them both at the same time with the same signal with parallel. So pretty much the signal's going in here, signal's also going in there. So here's how this sounds. Or this one. How much of the signal's going in there? Pretty loud, I'm sorry. That's pretty much the whole top half. But don't worry, we got a bottom half too, which kind of does a cool little thing. You'll see. Oh. But down here we have the triggers. Alright, so a lot of you guys and girls may know what being triggered is. But here we have it in Kaleidoscope. It's a whole different thing. So we have different type of triggers, which is a simple trigger, a re-trigger, a one-shot. All right, so having it off means the effect is on the whole time. Having it on a simple trigger is pretty much like a compressor in a sort of sense, but instead of hitting the threshold, we compress. We're hitting the threshold, we are gonna apply the effect. So look at this pretty cool thing right here. Oh, there's a kaleidoscope. That's a thing we've been looking for. So simple is pretty much like, okay, as soon as we hit this level, we're gonna turn this thing on and leave it on. See it's off right now? Hold on, let me show you. But if we have it so it hits it, it's on and it stays on. It's like a little latch, like, you know, you just, and it stays open, stays snap. Now retrigger is something else which you could do a lot of cool stuff with. Pretty much when it's past the threshold, activate. When it's down under it, deactivate. See that? That's tight. And if you want, you could hit this listen function right here to see what is on, you know, the signal that's on, like above the threshold. So in this case, I'm holding the key down, by the way. So you can see that anything that's above the threshold in the listen mode, we're hearing. So see, I pressed it, but it wasn't too intense. There we go. That's pretty much the active time for it. So we could pretty much find a nice sound or nice balance which we want. And then turn this off. That's tight. These little four knobs, by the way, is the high pass, low pass, the attack, which is the, you know, if you know compression, is the attacking in or the fading in for the effect. The effect fade in. So in this case, it's pretty much quick right here. What if we do this? It's not that much of a difference, to be honest. It depends on the sound though. And then we have the length, which I feel like is a release. You know, as soon as the signal's done, how long does it hold till? So if I put the length all the way up, see the effect is still on, and then it cuts off. But if I put it like this, cuts off, put it 0. As soon as we let go of the signal and the signal goes under the threshold, it's not holding it. So that's why I feel like the length is, they should just put it hold. But, you know, it's all good. So that's if the signal's, you know, low and you want that effect to just fade in. Or still have a little hang off. That's what the length is. We have a master switch, which I'll talk about when we could talk about it right now, I guess. But first, let's set on 2 triggers and have both the effects on. That's so cool. So this master switch is pretty much, I'm the master, I go first. When I'm done, you could go. That's what that is, all in a sense. So let's see, could I put both of them on? Nope, you see one turns off. So it's pretty much, I'm the master, you're following the leader. So after this one goes on, which we'll make this pretty quick actually. And let's put the threshold of this one, since it's going second, all the way up. So the effect is pretty much on. So I'm gonna hold this key down and you're gonna see this one turn on. And when this is done, this one would then turn on. Ignore that first little piece there, by the way. But you see that? Pretty much, as soon as I'm done, you can eat after me. That's kind of messed up, but that's the master and the follower. Lastly, we have the mixer section, and then we'll be done. Let me go ahead and change the sound one more time. Just... The mixer has a drive. This is going to be a, do you want the drive to activate before the effects are applied, after the effects applied, which could cause some clipping and distortions, or do you want it completely off? This is just an extra. Do you want some set drive? Do you want some hidden drive? Usually for like guitar, you know, style things like. You can hear the crunchy crunchies in there, or pulse, brace your ears. After the effects applied, the drive comes on. We also have the input and the output monitoring levels. So if you don't want to go over the clipping level, so you could just toggle down the output and you're good. Now there's some knobs here that is blacked out, but you could click on the parallel and then those will activate. So this is pretty much saying rotating. Do you want to move this effect and then go to this effect? It kind of like a sweeping motion of sense.
rotation, taking turns basically. And the dry level is the amount of the mix, I'm guessing. So you hear that little wow, wow, wow. That's what the rotation is in a sense as well. Only things on the bottom here is the BPM. If you have it set at default, it's going to be pretty much the the project's BPM, which you cannot see. So let's just how do I do this over here? I don't want to screw y'all over too much, but look at this. Whoop. Oh, are you serious? And you can see over here it is the 50 something. But yeah, you saw it change over there to 58, and here it says 58. I just forgot when we change the BPM, it'll show there in the hint. Wow. Oh yeah, and the last knob here we got is called SoundCloud Listen. I'm just kidding. It's sidechain listening. So you can't really. We don't have we don't got the sidechain, or it's not activated. Let me see if I just do something real quick. Do I have a sidechain here? Nope. I tried doing a routing for a sidechain, but it's not working. So yeah. But yeah, this is Kaleidoscopes. It has pretty much cool stuff, lo-fi. That does feel like a tiger. Put your effects, blend them together like you could have never done before, and create some cool sounds and styles with Kaleidoscope. Let me know in the comment section below what is your favorite part of this plugin, and do you feel like you could use this in your creativity? It is pretty dang awesome, in my opinion. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, if you want the plugin, hit the link in the description below. You're gonna support your boy when you click that link and, buy it. So yeah, thank you in advance. And with that said, it is 4:57 a.m. My cat is looking for something on my dresser. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for thumbsing up, subscribing. It is your boy Justin Omoe. And with that being said, peace. I will see you guys and girls on the next video. And please have yourselves a dang good one.